Greetings, this is ArbitrageScanner. Recently, one of our clients shared his successful case where he earned $156 in just 4 days from long-term funding. In this video, we'll remind you of, if you didn't know, we'll try to explain you what funding is, what long-term funding is, and what strategy lies behind it. Then I'll demonstrate you the case itself. We'll look at the screenshots that our client made of his order history. That way we'll find out how did the client enter the trade and how did he exit the trade, and also we'll see from what deals he profited and where he actually lost a bit of his money. And finally, at the end of the video, I'll tell you how you can make such successful cases with us in 2025. As promised, first a bit of theory. If at any point during my explanation something isn't clear, check out our full video on crypto arbitrage from A to Z in 2025. The link will appear above. Funding is a regular fee on futures. Every 8 hours, exchanges redistribute money between traders, and you either pay or receive. If you are in a long position, you might either pay or receive. If you are in a short position, same thing. It all depends on which way the market is tilted. Now the question. How did funding even appear, and why is it needed? The thing is, the price of a futures contract sometimes drifts far away from the real spot price. The exchange needs to rebalance this discrepancy, and this is exactly where funding comes into play. Imagine that too many people are in longs. The contract price is overheated. What does the exchange do? It calculates funding so that long traders start paying short traders, making it less profitable to hold long positions. And vice versa. If the market is overcrowded with shorts, shorts pay longs. This way, the market balances itself. From all this, you need to remember just one simple rule. If funding is positive, longs are paying shorts. If funding is negative, shorts are paying longs. If you understand the mechanics and can find spreads between exchanges or contracts, you can set up your position so that funding works in your favor. Then it stops being price guessing trading and turns into a passive income strategy. You simply hold your position and the funding payments come to you. Remember, you can use long-term funding only when the market remains skewed for a long period of time. When the funding rate stays stable for several days, then it's really profitable to hold your position long-term. You just hold and receive passive income every 8 hours without extra moves. Many exchanges have a funding history where you can see how funding was paid over the last days, weeks, or even months. This is a very convenient feature because it allows you to see if the rate is stable or jumping around. Based on that, you can decide whether to use a short-term strategy or a long-term one. Alright, funding theory is clear, but how do you actually use this? Let's talk about the strategy itself. You have two ways to make money. Way number one, short-term funding. Hold the position for several hours or a day, collect a couple of funding payments and close the position. Way number two, long-term funding. You hold your positions for several days or even weeks, receiving regular payments. If your position is set correctly, every 8 hours, 3 times per day, you receive payments from other traders. The longer you hold, the more payments you accumulate. Now, let's move to the client's case study. The client got information about funding from our private Telegram group. On the exchange Max, he found the following situation for the token TrollSol. Every 4 hours, starting from August 3rd, the funding rate was 0.503%, and it remained at that level until August 9th. In other words, funding stayed stable for around 6 days. Of course, the client entered the trade. So here are the screenshots. Let me tell you the whole story. It's important to note that he opened several positions on 2 exchanges. On Max, where he earns from funding, and he also opened a hedge position on L-Bank. A hedge means opening the opposite position to protect from the main one. For example, if you have a long on one exchange, you open a short on another to reduce the risk of losses from price movements. Thus, the client was earning funding on MEX and at the same time was protected from sharp market moves via his hedge on LBank. Now let's see with what kind of deposit did the client enter all those trades. I'll show you how can we actually calculate this looking at the screenshot, for example, of this position, open position right here. So let's go. First we see the trading pair, TrollSol USDT. So we're buying token and we're getting USDT from it. This is what the trading pair actually mean. The thing that might be interesting for us here is this line right there. It says 2x long. It means that the client used 2x leverage in order to enter the trade. Leverage basically is a feature of future trading. For example, let's say you're trying to enter the trade with $100. So here you go. For example, your position is $100, but you actually want to manage a $1,000 position. So you want to earn more from this deal. For that, you can use a leverage. For example, 10x. That way, if the price of a token rises 1%, you should get $1. But due to the fact that you entered with 10x leverage, which means you're holding a position like you have a deposit of $1,000, this 1% is going to be $10 instead of 1. So you're actually earning more money. The catch here is if the price of a token moves in opposite direction, you will lose more money. Basically, you lose 10x faster as well. That's what you should keep in mind. Okay, enough with leverage. Let's see the actual deposit with which he entered, for example, this particular position. To understand the size of this position, we'll look first at number of tokens. He bought 2,000 tokens, and at the average entry price. It's here, $0.17. Then we multiplying this and this number, 2000 by 0.17, and actually get the amount of money he opened the position with. So it's $342. And if we count all the deposits right here, we're going to get 1,700 USDT. So that was all the money our client entered with. Now let's get to the profits. Here we have two columns, unrealized P&L and realized P&L. P&L equals profit and loss. Unrealized P&L is floating profit or loss that changes with the price of the token, and it means that position not yet closed. So you have to consider that if we're looking at unrealized P&L, it means that here the price might change and it depends of the actual price movement. When it comes to realized P&L, it's an actual profit already received. Funding accrues to realized P&L, and in this case the client received $37 in funding while holding the position. Also, the good thing about this case is the fact that client entered in portions. What do I actually mean? The client could basically take all this money, sum them up, and enter the one single position on max, which is not good sign of risk management. You shouldn't go all in at once, but if you're splitting your position, that means in any case you won't lose all your money. So yeah, these are all positions on max. Now let's see the LBank. On LBank, remember we had hedge positions. There are two of them, and actually, as we can see here, there is no realized P&L because the funding rate was tiny, pretty much tiny, like 0.005%, and there is only column with unrealized P&L. And unfortunately on unrealized P&L there are two losses. First one of -$62 and second one of -$48. But as we know, this is hedge position, it's for safety. Of course, without placing this hedge position, the client could have earned much more, but there are a lot of situations where your main position, your main exchange would totally flip the situation, will totally flip the price of a token, and you're actually going to save from money on your hedge position. Alrightly, I counted everything here, these deposits, the profits, and now we can see the full picture of a deal. Here are the results. The client earned $100 on funding, on holding positions on Max. Another extra $48 came from price spread. There were profit on Max and some loss on LBank. In total, $156 in just 4 days. You might be wondering, how did I get this amount of days? Like, how do I actually know for how many days our client has been holding the position? Don't worry, because I can actually prove you this. All we have to do in order to actually find out for how many days the client got such amount of money is by doing some calculations. First, what we're going to do is to calculate the amount the client received from funding fee every 4 hours. As I said before, every 8 hours there was a funding fee of minus 0.03%. We know that the client entered with $342 here, which means that every 4 hours he got 0.503% plus of his initial deposit, which means that we have to multiply this amount of dollars by 0.503%. We need to multiply amount of money by the percent. I actually divided percent by 100, so our final result makes sense. And eventually we got 1.71, which means that the client every 4 hours got plus $2 on his balance. Now we need to find out how many funding payments he got in order to receive $38. Here everything is simple as well. We just divide the total amount of realized PNL by 1.71, and here we're getting something around 22 payments. Next, we're going to convert those payments in amount of hours. We know that one payment equals 4 hours of waiting, so we're multiplying 22 by 4, and here we're getting 88 hours. It means that the client was holding this position for 88 hours in order to earn in total $37 from funding. If we divide this by amount of hours we have in 1 day, we're going to get somewhere around 3.7 days, which proves the fact that the client was holding these 3 positions for around 4 days. We can call this a true long-term funding play, and if we also consider the before and after amount of money he had, we will find out that he actually made plus 10% to his initial deposit completely passively. He simply opened the positions on Max, hedge positions on LBank, and closed them 4 days later. So that was the case. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Was there something unclear for you? Let us know in the comments. Our team is very happy that our client managed to share this case with us. Your cases always make us happy, and we are ready to produce more and more videos about your successful stories. And if you're still not our client and want to join our supportive and friendly team, use the best arbitrage tools, then watch this video till the end. We have a wide array of subscriptions for everybody. If you click on this tab right here on our website, you'll get access to the page where all our subscriptions are shown. Let me tell you about each of them in detail. First one is the business plan. This plan we recommend for beginners, because it gives you access to all arbitrage tools, which you can use right away. Next one is the Platinum plan, the most popular, and I use it as well. It includes a personal manager to discuss strategies and get guidance, plus access to DEX scanner for DEX spreads, which gives you a lot more possibilities or how can you profit from arbitrage. Next plan, one of the temporary offers, is the Guru plan. It includes voice calls with our VIP manager via Zoom or Telegram, and VIP tickets to our side events as well. And the final plan I want to talk about is the VIP plan. It's an annual plan, 12 months, with all products, all limits, all strategies, all training materials, plus sacred tools not shown in the video. If you want to try our tools before buying, there's a 1-day free trial available on the website, even without registration. Just click on the blue button here below and follow the steps and get to know our product closer right now. Thank you for watching, don't forget to leave a like on this video and see you next time.